What I would like to do next is to drop in, somehow go beyond this listening or talking and practice some of this becoming more aware of what's happening and witnessing and being present, and maybe noticing that this presence is here already. So we'll do some of this so-called first dimension practice. First dimension, like increasing, witnessing, being with what is. And we'll see what the body says. You know, sometimes there might be stuff in the body. The idea is to include the body in the meditation. Let go trying to change, welcome, allow. If something is there, you can be curious and mind it, do that. But then I would like to switch somehow to do some second dimension exploration, meaning to open the hood of our subconscious. And I will have a little bit, I will do a little bit of what do we call that? Reverting all our patterns, like painful patterns, or all our painful beliefs or limiting stories or strategic adaptation. You know, I'm not good enough, or I have to hide, or I have to talk all the time so people think I'm special, or I'm less than, or I have to hide, or I can't be vulnerable, or I'm not worthy of a good relationship, or I can't trust men or women. Anyway, all of these things are patterns that form our current sense of identity. These patterns or deficiency stories, they form our current sense of identity and create the most suffering. So the patterns and the patterns coming from childhood and the limiting core programs coming from childhood, the fact that some emotions were not okay to feel and many of them were not okay to express, these things, they created in us certain energies that create a sense of me, which is the ego. So we want now to know, as Socrates said, know thyself. One aspect of knowing thyself is to know very well our false personality, this ego. Yeah, and another aspect of know thyself is to know the real self, know the presence. But a very important aspect of know thyself is to know our false, imaginary, conditioned sense of me. This was formed in relation to our family of origin. So that's why actually all therapies, almost all therapies, they are going there, and there's wisdom in that. Yeah, my own deficiency stories or holding back or fears, they were not formed in a vacuum somewhere. Me in a room was in connection to how mommy was with me, how daddy was with me, how mommy was with daddy, and how whatever other people were there was a soup, a soup of patterns, and that is actually transmitted from generations and the society and all that, and the religion. There's the soup, and this consciousness experienced this body in that soup. 1977, communist Romania, intellectual parents, soup. Yeah. So this environment and the relationship with them and their own, my father's pain body and my father's patterns, and my mother's pain body and my mother's patterns, also I copied them through mirroring neurons. there's something scientifically that we have these mirroring neurons to imitate, which, you know, like I saw this nature thing the other day. It was like the baby tiger is following the tiger mother, and the baby duck is following and doing what the mother is doing in order to survive and learn how to be in this world. So we imitate how they are. Yeah. So I got a lot of these programs from our parents. So they are these things, we inherited them, as well as other ones we developed ourselves through adapting to them. So I would like to, after a little bit of meditation, to actually go in a little bit of, how do you call that when you go back in the past? Regression, have a little regression, and just looking at our origin, knowing that it is safe to look at it because we survived it. And anyway, consciousness, it does not scratched, but we survived it and it's good. But just to look at it from awareness, and I'm going to ask you some questions so that we can see some of these patterns that we developed. Yeah. In the process, you may feel some unpleasantness. I'm sorry about that, but that unpleasantness is in us stored. So actually, in order to be rid of unpleasantness, we need to feel it. And also we need to let go, trying to get rid of it. Okay. So make yourself comfortable. Trying to lie down unless there's a big temptation to fall asleep. So and like last time, we can use this time-honored method to arrive more fully in the now by becoming aware of the breathing, the sensations connect to the breathing, allowing it to be slow and deep. And using this breathing flow, or the movement of the belly rising and falling, using this breathing as a anchor, something to focus on. If thoughts come, just noticing them, but don't get involved. Coming back to being aware of the body breathing. And whenever you catch yourself, you drifted in daydreaming, it's okay. Unstick. Coming back to being aware of the body. No future, no past. And allowing the face to relax, the eyeballs, the eyelids. You can make some faces. and letting the mouth to slightly hang. Noticing the felt sense of sitting, the contact with the couch or the chair, the floor. Just aware. Noticing external sense perceptions appearing in this aware presence, sounds, temperature, visuals. See if you can just perceive without interpreting anything, just perceiving, fully allowing. Noticing the felt sense of your body right now. Noticing any energies in the belly, in the chest, in the jaw, anywhere else. And welcome them completely. With benevolent indifference. Meaning we don't try to keep it, change it, analyze it. Like we don't care. So at this point, let go of the breath and simply noticing, welcoming the totality of all this flow, sounds, thoughts, sensations. We don't need to focus attention somewhere, yet we are alert. Attention is more like diffuse, global. Aware of thoughts, sensations, sounds. And becoming interested also in the fact of being aware. Being aware is here already. Hearing the noises of people outside, sensing energies in the body. It's almost like these sounds and these energies, they are bubbles appearing in this being aware. One reason why we don't see the sky is because we focus on clouds. Let go, focusing on any part of the body, sensing this open, empty, welcoming, aware space. There were thoughts. They appear in this space. Whatever emotions or chronic sensations, they appear in this open, aware silence. You don't need to make efforts to be aware. Awarenessing is happening. Just staying as that instead of going along with passing voices. Another metaphor similar with the sky is of the train station. Seeing these thoughts as trains passing through a metro or train station. But this presence, or you, the real you, is the station in which these thoughts come and go. Make sure to welcome bodily, emotional trains. Is there any discomfort in the body? Let go, resisting it. Give it full freedom to be. And ask yourself, more like experientially, not the mind doesn't know. Ask yourself, who am I here? Am I these sounds or these thoughts, these images, these feelings? Or am I that which is aware of them? That whatever it is, this awakeness that perceives these thoughts and sensations. Who am I more? And just allowing yourself to be, nothing to attain. Also, you need to, it is good to observe that the thoughts and the energies are ever changing and they are happening by themselves, like the weather, the thinking, and the feeling is happening by itself. You are not deciding what comment will happen next. Which is an important observation, because we have the illusion that I am deciding my thoughts. There is a thinker who is thinking and deciding. But in our actual experience, we can see how they are happening, appearing to this awakeness. And whatever may arise, know that cannot hurt you, is just a movie, even if emotions. So I would like you to somehow almost consent to this time machine and allow yourself to go back in time when your body was smaller, like a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And allow yourself. So we are switching now from simply witnessing what is here. I'm prompting some things up here. We are going to investigate our early imprints. So bring to mind it's called the panorama. It's almost in your mind's eye. You see mom and dad, any other important figures there, grandparents, siblings. They don't talk to you. You don't talk to them. Yeah, it's just you see. Also the house where you grew up, the town, the house, the room, your parents' room. Allow my words to evoke in you any memories and pictures. It's almost like it will create a little movie of our childhood. And also seeing really mom and dad or any other important people there, like stepmom or stepdad or and from the eyes of the child, try to see from the eyes of the child what was happening there. How were they interacting with each other? Were they kind? Were they fighting? They shouting? Were they affectionate to each other? Or to you? Just allowing whatever comes, just witnessing, allowing energies in the body. How did little you feel in connection to being there? How did little you, 3, 4, 5, 7, little us. You feel safe. You feel loved. You feel supported. You feel stressed at the time when we didn't even know what this word means. We might have already been experiencing it. When you were upset or when you had some emotions, was that allowed? Would they comfort you, or would they make you wrong and send you to your room or beat you? And something is aware, yeah? It's safe. You already survived. Just observing images, memories. What was some primary state you were experiencing as a little you, the default state? I don't know, were you relaxed? Were you cautious? Were you afraid? So these prompts may evoke in you certain energies, now emotions, contractions. Notice where they are. Fully allow them. If there's any sense of an emotion, sadness or anger or anything at all, it's okay. Give yourself the gift of allowing it. Did you have the sense that you belonged? Sense of belonging there. And just sensing what comes up in you. They'll be like, no, yeah, sometimes. Was it allowed to be angry? Was it allowed to show anger? What did little you already knew what's allowed there early on. What about sadness, fear? Were they expressing that? Could you show your fear and your sadness? If not, why not? Why not? What could go wrong if we were to show sadness, fear, even like being happy, being joyful, happy, full of energy, running around? Was that okay? Was that allowed? If not, yeah, what were some of those gifts we got from our parents? Gifts in quotation marks. How did you get the message that you needed to be? You have to be in a certain way to get love or to be safe from punishment. I don't know. In which way you adapted to this environment? How did you discover that you need to be, or that you'll be safer, or you'll get love? Maybe to hide your emotions, or to not share, or to be really good and studious, or to be funny, or to be compliant all the time, or to hide and lie. Ask yourself, could I ask yourself if I could fully be myself? Could you really fully be yourself? Say and show anything to them? And see if there's any sense of a no, 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 no. You could fully be yourself. If there's any no, notice and allow energy in the body. Check your body. So what did you need to do if it's not allowed? How did you need to be? What is it that you need to hold back? Okay, so seeing that, dynamic with that, just that. What message you might have gotten from interacting with dad? Even if he didn't say it like that, but what might have been some message about you, about the world, about people? And also, as you see that, notice if there's any energy in some part of the body. Seeing that from the eyes of the child, and see if there's any energy in some part of the body. Maybe put your hand there for me to know. Yeah. Yeah. Were you able to express fully with him? Yeah. So just notice, allow, even if it's uncomfortable, allow this energy connection to that in your body, and notice where is it. And if you're staying with that energy, the chest, and if you ask that energy, what story of mine, what limiting program of mine might have been created in connection to that? What message I got in connection to that? Whatever it is, not good enough, I have to be perfect, I have to be good, doesn't love me, I'm unlovable. Just whatever that comes for you, let it come from that energy. And just make it conscious, whatever it says. Let it be here, this thought. Whatever message was developed in connection to that. I have to be strong, I have to be perfect, not good enough, whatever comes for you. Put it on a mind screen and simply observe this thought as if it's written. Let it be okay. Welcome any energies, feelings. Yeah, because the child doesn't know that the father might be traumatized and unconscious, and the child believes something. Oh, it's about me. It means that this about me. And bring up mom, mommy, or the female figure there, if there was. Yeah, how did you feel in connection to mom? Feel loved, stable, comforted, close, or rejected, or not time enough for you? Welcome any more energies, just welcome in your body, observe, allow, don't fight it. What gift you got from mom? So-called gift. Some message might have been developed in connection to mom. Even if she didn't say it. But from how she was, or to be nice, have to lie nicely to her, whatever you have. Never good enough for her. Not enough love for me. I don't know. Whatever that is, notice whatever arises. Notice also bodily energies now. And where do you have energy in connection to mom? See, maybe it's the same place or maybe it's somewhere else now. You can put your hand there for me to know. Yeah. Yeah. So fully allowing that energy and go into it. You see mom and you feel into that energy. If this energy were to say something or mean something about you, as some message, painful message or limiting story, what would it say? So mining out meaning that the child made from these contractions or energies. And whatever that is, just put it on a screen, like typed, like whatever this is. Unlovable, I have to be nice, she's never here for me. What does this mean about me? Not worthy of love. Whatever it has for you, let it come from those energies. And whatever came, face it. This is just a thought, a belief. Face it from awareness. Do you still believe this now? Just checking. There's some part of you that believes this. How much it plays out in your life now? This belief, this program. Whatever is evoked, just notice, allow thoughts, memories, energies. It's different now than in a meditation, yeah, because it's more sticky, but still something is aware, yet unaffected by these things. Just one last thing here. Whatever belief you still carry or pattern you still carry actively in your life now, ask yourself this question. What am I getting out of believing this, still maintaining this now? This is some kind of irrational question, but what am I still getting from believing that I have to be nice, I have to be good, and that I can't be myself? Whatever you have, these are mine. What's the seeming advantage of believing this? Believe this in order to avoid people being upset with me. Because I'm afraid people being upset, shouting, and so I have to be nice and I have to be good and I have to hide. Whatever is for you, what is the seeming advantage, the seeming payoff of believing that? Just seeing that thought and letting it be seen from awareness. You're seeing the meaning of a child made this belief and maintains it somehow. Okay, so at this point, I want you to zoom out a little bit from this stuff. Zoom out and coming back to this kind of 2023, to your current body, to this place. Noticing the contact with the chair, the floor. Noticing sounds. Noticing energies, my voice. And tune also into something is aware, man. We can't pinpoint it, but there's this sense of presence. Presence of what? Presence of awareness that is aware of these uncomfortable sensations. We allow them. And check, what are we dealing with here? Some image, some reaction in the body, some emotion. That's okay. But check, am I this stuff? Or am I this awakeness, which is aware of this voice and of these energies? This stuff are going to go away soon enough. This awakeness remains here. Just checking, who am I more? And at this point, I would like us to zoom out, like in Google Maps, zoom out from any sensation and memory, just tuning into now, just now. Notice also these energies appear in this spaciousness. Offer these energies to the space. Like any residual energies are like fish, and you are the ocean. Let go trying to manage the fish. And for the last couple of minutes, do nothing. Just enjoying being. It's okay to gradually open your eyes as we just enjoy being here. If there is any residual energies in the body that are unpleasant, stop focusing on them. Don't fight them. It's okay. It's not going to kill you. It's natural to have stuff like that. Keep allowing them and staying in the now.